News at 6.
The People's Court, tonight at 7:30.
Well, I can't be much help with the official ID, but we've got about 3 witnesses who I think will be able to verify that. I'll talk to you in a minute, Stan. Nicole, Mrs. Saxon, what are you two doing here?
Well, it's a news story, Calvin. We brought our camera crew.
Well, now I see why WMON has an award-winning news department. They send their top people out to cover an accident case.
And we heard it was more than that, Calvin. We heard the victims were identified as George Foley and his young accomplice, whatever her name is.
Yes, Yvonne, although we can't be too sure of anything in this case.
Can you tell us what happened?
Merely a case of a guilty conscience, I'd say, was responsible for killing them both.
What do you mean by that?
Well, a police officer spotted a broken taillight on the car and came over to talk to them about having it fixed.
Oh, and Foley assumed that the policeman was responding to the APB.
Took off at 90 miles an hour. Unfortunately, he wasn't a good enough race car driver. He lost.
Lost everything, apparently.
Oh, dear, so you never found out what they were running from?
Never had a chance to talk to him, to find out the name of this game they've been playing.
Well, it's a pity. This whole business, I mean.
Calvin, there's been a news blackout on this story. We have not been able to report any more than that Foley was some sort of a sophisticated burglar.
Yeah, I would, keep it that way, at least for now, Nicole, till you hear something else. Look, would you excuse me for a minute? I had a date for dinner and haven't had a chance to call and apologize for not making it.
Of course, go right ahead.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, more bad news. The day seems to be filled with it.
Yes, it is bad news. Bad news for Mike and that man from Washington.
David Cameron. He's going to be very disappointed. He was very anxious to see what he could learn about these two.
Well, I have learned very little about this whole matter.
Well, as awful as it is, I think Raven is going to be relieved. She was really unnerved at the idea that these two were still running around loose.
Yes, you said she sounded very strange on the phone.
Strange? My dear, that isn't the word for it. She was positively mad. I just can't imagine what she's up to.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Safeguard Deodorant Soap. People like Safeguard so much it's always the smallest soap in the house. And by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that takes grease out of your way.
I visit my sister a few days and you buy a bargain liquid.
I'm saving money.
That bargain liquid just conks out on grease.
So, I'll add more.
So you add more and more liquid and you get less and less bargain. Dawn handles more grease for the money.
What do I know? I can't even find any clean shirts.
Look, I've washed a load of greasy dishes in an average bargain liquid, and Dawn. Dip 2 plates. This bargain plate looks greasy, but not Dawn. Dawn breaks up grease, keeps it away from the plate.
Nifty-looking dishes.
And your hands don't feel greasy.
Right. Well, now that Dawn cleaned my dishes, who does my shirts?
You do. Dawn handles more grease for the money.
If your husband is doing as well as you told me, how come he makes you use these little bits of soap?
Mom, this is our Safeguard. It's little because it's our favorite soap.
Oh, I tried that.
If you tried Safeguard, you'd probably still be using it.
I'm sure I tried it.
I'm sure you haven't.
Well, Grandma, there's only one way to find out.
I don't remember it smelling this fresh, but I bet it doesn't have the protection my soap has.
Wrong, Mom. You can't buy soap with more deodorant protection than Safeguard.
Check the lather, Grandma.
Incredible. Most soaps don't lather up this rich, even when they're big.
But, Mom, I thought you said you tried Safeguard.
Your little Safeguard is so good. If I tried it once, wouldn't I still be using it?
Just try Safeguard. See if it doesn't become the smallest soap in your house.
See, I knew you couldn't resist me for long, Mr. Whitney. I knew it.
So you made yourself irresistible, huh?
Do you really, really think I'm shameless now?
I think that you're, well...
What? Come on, what? I want to know.
All right, I'll give you a clue. The word I was thinking of begins with the letter A.
Adorable.
No.
Attractive.
No, close.
Amazing.
No.
Astounding.
No.
Astonishing.
Mm-mm.
Angelic?
No.
Couldn't be angelic.
No, not angelic.
What? Come on.
Maybe I shouldn't tell you.
No, why not?
Because we'll take it wrong, that's why.
No, I won't. Come on, please tell me. What am I?
The word I was thinking of, you amuse me.
What?
See, I knew that you wouldn't take it right.
I amuse you.
Mm.
Amuse you, that's what I do. I amuse you, just like...
Come on, don't take me wrong, Raven.
Well, how am I supposed to take it?
Just listen to me. There's no compliment I can think of that's more sincere to give to a woman than to tell her that she amuses me. I mean, do you know how many attractive, intelligent women they are that just lose their charm when you find out how predictable they are? That's the one thing that you are not, Raven, is predictable.
Amusing, huh?
Yeah.
And shameless.
Okay, and shameless.
And faithful.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Probably the most faithful woman you'll ever meet. You see, I've only been with 2 men in the past 2 years. And they've both been named Skylar Whitney.
I've made arrangements for an on-camera interview with the patrolman who spotted the Foley car.
Oh, good for you, dear.
And I just thought it's very late. I don't see any reason why you should feel obliged to stay. I know that you're very concerned about Raven.
Actually, I'm more puzzled than I am concerned about that peculiar phone call. But if you think it's all right.
Oh, yes, I'll be fine. You go ahead and go home and solve your own mystery.
All right. I just want to make sure that girl hasn't gotten herself into another muddle. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, Nicole, we're ready.
Okay, Jeep, let's go.
Well, I knew you realized I had a good reason for not showing up, but I thought I'd call just to say.
That's okay, Calvin. Some woman from your office called to say that you were out working on an accident case.
Yeah, that must have been Sally Carver. She's one of the staff secretaries. Look, Dee Dee, I just want you to know I'm really sorry about missing our dinner date.
That's okay, Calvin. I really wasn't very hungry anyway.
She's starving, Calvin.
See, stop that.
Calvin, I think Dee Dee's on a hunger strike.
What?
She hasn't eaten all day. I mean, all there is in the house is like some moldy cheese, and we put it in the mouse traps. Mice won't touch it. Mitzi, if you don't give me that phone, I'm going to pull the plug out of the wall. I really think you should get over here and force feed this girl before she dies of malnutrition. And then I'll be stuck with all the rent, and I can't afford it. I mean, not to mention the funeral expenses.
Mitzi, give me... Calvin.
Listen. No, you listen. Whether you're hungry or not, I'm starving. Now, you get out of there right away. We can meet at Sid's before she closes up. How about it?
Well, all right, if you think you can get away.
You just get to Sid's. I'll be there. Bye.
Bye. Uh-huh. Oh, Mitzi, why did you do that?
Why do you think?
Because you just love stirring things up, that's why.
No, Dee Dee, that is not true. I mean, I worry about you. I care about keeping you well. Don't you know that?
Yeah, I know that. Oh, Mitzi, I love you, you nut.
It seems like I'm working harder and making less. My wife has to work. I've got night school.
Working so hard and just keeping up, the pressure can give me an awful headache.
Life's tough, but Excedrin is tougher. Extra strength Excedrin. It starts with 1,000 milligrams of pain reliever. Nothing you can buy has more. Then adds an ingredient which may make Excedrin work even harder to relieve your headache.
I fight back with Excedrin.
I fight back with Excedrin.
Good job, Excedrin.
Life's tough. Excedrin is tough.
What is it? Oh, Mr. Whitney called? What, does he want me to pick him up?
No, he hasn't called. Are you sure he had an early dinner?
Well, that's the way it started out. Why did you wake me up just now? I was just getting to the good part of the dream. Boy, was she stacked, huh?
You sure you got your facts right about the time?
Yes, I got my facts right, but things got a little crooked because of your friend.
What friend?
Raven Alexander.
Raven, what'd you do?
She invited herself to the party. Some nerve, huh? She just crashed right in.
That's great. How?
I don't know. He was supposed to have this nice little dinner with an old friend, a guy named Devereaux, and then Raven shows up and tricks him into taking her home.
She didn't trick anybody, and you know it. He'd only go back with her if he wanted to.
Don't get your hopes up, kid. See that? That's probably him right there. Whitney residence.
Gunther.
Yes, Mr. Whitney?
Gunther, I've decided to stay out a little bit longer than I had anticipated.
How much longer, Mr. Whitney?
About another hour or so, I guess.
Hey!
And make that 2 hours.
Yes, sir, Mr. Whitney. May I remind you, sir, that you wanted to get an early start tomorrow. Something about me driving you to the TV studio?
Yeah, well, look, I'll still be going to the studio, but I won't be going quite that early.
All right, whatever you say, Mr. Whitney.
So I'll meet you in a couple of hours. You can phone me at Mrs. Saxon's apartment, and you wait downstairs in the lobby.
Yes, sir.
Okay, bye.
Well, what did he say?
None of your business.
He is with her. I knew it.
All right, yes, he's with her.
Doesn't that give you any ideas?
Yeah, it gives me a couple hours to get a bite to eat.
I've got an idea. Why don't I go to the kitchen, get some cold chicken and salad and stuff, and we can have a little picnic in my room.
Because it isn't chicken. And the salad's got caviar in it, stuff like that.
So?
So I don't like rich food. Look, you eat fancy stuff like that late at night, it'll kill you.
Where you going?
I am gonna go out and get myself a plain old hamburger.
Where? At Sid's?
Yeah, maybe.
Gunther, wait!
Hug me, squeeze me.
Mr. Whitmore?
Huh?
You've changed. You're not out here saying, please don't squeeze the Charmin.
No one ever listened? Oh. But squeezing got you to try Charmin. The softness keeps you coming back. How soft is Charmin? Watch. Drop a fragile egg. But on Charmin, it won't break, because Charmin's so cushiony, so squeezably soft. Charmin, the squeezing gets you, the softness keeps you.
Ralph, why'd you buy these?
They're cheaper than Bounty.
You goof, Shorty. Bounty absorbs more, so it can be a better buy.
Prove it.
Okay, watch. A penny's worth of Bounty against a penny's worth of an average bargain brand. The cheaper brand just can't absorb as much. But even wet, that penny's worth of Bounty's still absorbing.
So I did goof. Bounty can be a better buy.
Bounty's the best way I know to save dough.
Freddie, stop fiddling.
I'm not. I'm scratching. My shirt's not soft like before. And where's that fresh smell?
Well, I just washed it. You didn't use Downy. There's a big difference without the softener.
Only Downy combines skin-loving softness with April freshness. Makes static cling almost disappear.
Tonight's the night.
Mom, it's softer. And it smells good.
They sure notice when you use Downy. And I notice the smile.
April Fresh Downy.
Yeah, that's the trouble with the world today. Nobody's got time for culture. Everybody's too busy running around making a buck. I guess that's why I'm going broke at the art gallery.
Can't make any bucks, huh?
Hey, listen, you could use some pictures on these walls here, you know, cover up the cracks. I can give you some terrific bargains. Save you a few dollars.
I don't think my customers would go in for modern art, Eddie. But thanks, just the same.
Well, I don't like those pictures either. You know, the only pictures I really do like are the kind that move, you know, like movies, flicks. You like the movies?
Sure. Who doesn't?
Hey, listen, you know, some night you and I can take in a flick. That is, if you're free.
Well, I would like to see a movie now and then. Only the boss doesn't give me too much time off.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Hey, I'm pretty hard on myself, too, when I'm running a business, you know, but you gotta find time to relax, you know? I mean, you gotta get out and forget your troubles once in a while.
Yeah, I guess so. Well, why not? I mean, nobody's asked me to go to the movies since I was a teeny bopper.
Terrific. That's terrific. What night?
Well, I usually take a Wednesday or a Thursday off, either one of those.
Okay, great. You're on. You got it. In fact, I'll tell you what. You can pick the picture. Except one thing. No gangster pictures. I get very upset with the violence, you know. It really bothers me.
Okay, but you're buying the tickets. Assuming you can afford them.
Don't worry about that. I mean, even if I lose the gallery, I'm going to get a nice price for the scrapyard, and I'm going to wind up with a nice big chunk of cash. In fact, you know what? I've been looking around for a little investment, something nice and neat and tidy, you know. I'll find something. I'm going to go home. I'm exhausted. All right, so I'll see you before Thursday, and you can pick out the movie and see where we're going to go. Okay, Sydney?
Okay, Edward.
There's only one problem. My name's not Edward.
Well, Eddie must be short for something.
Promise you're not going to talk? You squeal, there's no popcorn. My name is Egbert. I'll see you, kid. Take care. Well, Counselor, how are you? How's your brother?
I'm sure you must know, Mr. Lorimer. You've spent some time behind bars, haven't you?
Hey, I'm just trying to be polite. Come on, I like the kid.
Yes, I'm sure you do.
Hey, I'm the guy who put him to work, remember? I gave him a job.
He'll be happy to use you as a reference at his trial.
Look, let me tell you something, lady. You know, I've been trying to... what difference does it make? You wouldn't listen to me anyway. Excuse me.
Hi, baby. What our friend Eddie want?
Oh, he was being very solicitous about Troy, expressing his sympathy.
Yeah, I'll bet.
Hi, kids.
Hey, Sid.
Hey, listen, I hope you don't want anything fancy, because I'm just about to close the kitchen.
No, just coffee for me, thank you,
No. She'll have something else. What have you got that's solid and nourishing?
Well, I got some roast beef left over from today's special. How about I could make you some nice sandwiches?
Sounds good to me.
No, I really don't think I can.
Let's have 2 sandwiches and a couple of salads if you got any left over.
Sure.
Well, how was that accident case today? Anything serious?
Only for the 2 people involved, the man and the woman. Actually, it wouldn't have been anything special except that they were both wanted fugitives.
I see.
Have you, seen Troy today?
I try to see him every day, even if he doesn't want me to. Which he doesn't.
I find that hard to believe.
He just stared straight ahead today when I went to see him and let me do all the talking. Yeah, it was pretty horrible. It was like talking to a ghost or a statue, like he wasn't even there, like he'd already been.
Dee Dee, don't.
Don't what, Calvin? Don't talk about it. Don't cry. Don't give up. I already have. What else can I do? What else can Troy do?
I wish there was something I could do. Something that would help.
Calvin, you want to help me, not Troy. There's a big difference. I'm the only person who even cares whether or not Troy lives or dies. I don't even think Troy cares anymore. That's the worst part.
Dee Dee, I care. I love you.
And that's supposed to help. Oh, Calvin, I'm sorry. It does help. It helps very much.
Hello there. Remember me?
No, afraid I don't. You got one of those nondescript faces I can never remember.
Yeah, that's funny. Well, listen, I was the guy that ordered the 3 main courses.
Oh, well, I hope you're not coming back for number 4, because I got bad news. The kitchen's closed.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was afraid of that. I guess I'll just have to settle for a caviar salad at home.
Force yourself.
Say, isn't that the roommate of, what's her name? Your waitress, you know?
Mitzi, you mean?
Yeah, Mitzi. Who's the guy with her?
That's a cop. Detective Calvin Stoner.
Oh, yeah. I think I talked to him one time on the telephone. Are they the last customers?
That's right. Just as soon as I serve their food. Sorry.
Hey, well, it's okay. I think I've got something else I got to do anyway, so I'll see you around sometime, okay?
You know, Raven, if someone would have told me a month ago that I would be here with you, I would have told them they were crazy.
Not me. I knew it was destiny.
Oh, destiny. Why is that? Because we have the same names? Because if one Sky Whitney was crazy about you, the other one would be too?
Because I knew you were attracted to me. A woman knows these things.
Why wouldn't I be? You're an attractive woman, Raven. A very desirable woman. But then again, there are a lot of attractive, desirable women around the world.
Like Valerie Bryson.
Don't start with me, Raven. Why'd you wait your foot?
Did you hear that?
No.
I just heard a door. It might be Geraldine.
You told me Geraldine wouldn't be home for hours.
I didn't think she would be.
Month, there are 6 new silhouette romances. And for teenagers, First Love, America's teenage romances.
Trident's got news, big news. Trident Street News is tastier chews.
Introducing new improved flavored Trident with more great taste than ever before.
Big news.
Tastier spearmint. Tastier cinnamon. Tastier fruit.
Tastier chews. Big news. Big news.
And 4 out of 5 dentists surveyed recommend sugarless gum for their patients who chew gum.
The big news is tastier chews.
New Trident.
More great taste than...
Geraldine, is that you? It's just our imagination. She's not even here. Hey! Hey, what do you think you're doing?
I'm leaving, of course.
No, don't go, please.
Look, Raven, the next thing we know, Geraldine's key will be coming in the lock, and I'm going to get out while the getting's good.
You're not afraid of your own aunt, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm sure that you don't want her to find us together any more than I do.
Why not? She's not a prude.
No, that's not the point. We just don't have to advertise, Raven, that's all.
Afraid of your reputation.
Look, Gunther's waiting downstairs by now. I'm going to go meet him in the lobby.
Boy, this is really great. How nice of you. You just leave me here when I'm all warm and nice.
Mm-hmm.
When am I going to see you again?
I don't know.
Why not?
Well, because I don't know when you're going to arrange it again.
Arrange it?
Yeah. But I'm sure that you'll come up with some trick to get me here again.
I didn't trick you. You came here of your own free will.
Free will? With you around, huh? Goodbye, schemer.
up for you. I couldn't wait to see you.
Oh, no, you don't.
Dee Dee, get in here! Bring Calvin!
Now, is your boyfriend here, too? Cliff, the lawyer?
No, he's at home, but Dee Dee and Calvin are in the other room, so you better get out of here.
Dee Dee and Calvin are down at Sid's having a very nice long dinner. So, I guess we're going to get a chance to have our long-awaited date, huh?
If I take some Heinz ketchup at the start of your meal and put it right here, and put this other well-known brand right here, something amazing happens before you're half through. See? The competition runs. But here's where Heinz winning thickness pays off. Taste. Because on a hamburger or anything else, Heinz is the best-tasting ketchup.
So pour on the Heinz, America's thickest, best-tasting ketchup.
I've always been a fighter. And there's no point in letting something like a headache get in your way even for a few hours. Not when you can do something about it. What many people do is take Anacin. I met with Anacin's research scientists. They told me how, very simply, Anacin helps block pain, just stops it, so you can forget about it. Anacin and maximum strength Anacin. Fight headache pain and win.
This is David Hartman. Tomorrow, reaction to President Reagan's economic speech and health information for women over 40. Friday, Christopher Reeve on Good Morning America.
Tonight, Jake Cutter braves a sea of man-eating sharks to discover the deadly secret of an enemy island camp on the Gold Monkey. Then Diane Cannon has a husband in New York and another in L.A. But life gets crazy when the men in life decide they want more time with her. In the romantic comedy Having It All, an ABC movie special. Tonight, starting at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
Tonight on ABC's World News Tonight, crime victims are organizing.
I feel angry that nobody seems to be doing anything.
How great a voice should victims have in our judicial system? Do they want justice or just revenge? ABC News, uniquely qualified to bring you the world.
For Eric Estrada, the explosive star of Chips, success came easy, but handling it didn't. Meet him in this week's TV Guide.
This is Stormfield on Eyewitness News following the ABC After School Special. A packed subway train derails on a Manhattan bridge, and a frantic effort began immediately to...
Looking for